She said, "Don't wait for me. I might not come back." I didn't stop her. Okay. I made one irreversible change while she was gone. When she reached out months later, she wasn't prepared for what had already moved on. I'm 35, been in a relationship for 4 years, and I just learned that some people want you to wait forever, while they figure out if they can find better. We met when I was 31. She was ambitious, restless, always talking about dreams she hadn't chased yet. I admired that initially, thought it made her interesting, different from the women I'd dated before who seemed content with ordinary life. She had this energy about her, this drive, made everything feel possible. We moved in together after 18 months, got a decent apartment downtown, split everything 50-50, built what I thought was a partnership, real, solid. She worked in marketing, I worked in tech. We both did well, had disposable income, took trips to places we'd never been, tried restaurants that required reservations weeks in advance, seemed stable, seemed like we were building towards something permanent. The restlessness started about a year ago. She'd mentioned places she wanted to live, jobs she saw posted across the country, opportunities she was just looking at. I asked if she was unhappy. She said no, just curious, just exploring options, just keeping her mind open to possibilities. Then 6 months ago, she got an offer. Different city, better position, more money, bigger title, the kind of opportunity people dream about. She was excited, told me about it over dinner like it was theoretical, like she was just sharing interesting news. It's an amazing opportunity. Sounds like it. Are you taking it? I don't know. It would mean leaving us. We could make it work. Long distance, or I could look for jobs there too. I'm sure there's tech work wherever you're going. She didn't respond to that, just changed the subject, started talking about something else. Some show she wanted to watch, some friends' drama, anything but the actual conversation we needed to have. A week later, she brought it up again. We were getting ready for bed. She was sitting on the edge of the mattress, looked nervous. I've been thinking about that job. And? I want to take it, but I need to go alone. I need to figure out who I am without this. Without this? You mean without us? Without the relationship, without the routine. I feel like I'm living someone else's life, like I'm following a script I didn't write. I need space to figure out mine. So you want to break up? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe just take a break. See how I feel when I'm there, when I have distance and perspective. That's not how relationships work. You don't just pause them like a video game. Why not? Why can't we take time apart and see if we still make sense? If we're really meant to be together, we'll find our way back. Because while you're figuring yourself out, I'm supposed to what? Wait? Put my life on hold? Just exist in limbo, hoping you decide I'm worth coming back to? I'm not asking you to wait. That's when she said it, looking me right in the eyes, completely serious. Don't wait for me. I might not come back. I looked at her, really looked at her, saw that she'd already made her decision. This conversation was just her working up the courage to tell me she was leaving, that she'd been planning this, that her mind was made up regardless of what I said. Okay, I said. Okay? Yeah, okay. If you need to go, go. I'm not going to beg you to stay. She seemed surprised, maybe expected me to fight harder, to convince her we were worth staying for, to make some grand gesture, to prove my love was enough to compete with her ambitions. I didn't, couldn't, wouldn't. She left 2 weeks later, took her things, packed them while I was at work one day, left a note on the kitchen counter saying she'd come back for the furniture later, that we could figure out splitting everything once she was settled, once she had her new life organized. I didn't respond to the note, just started living my life without her. Walked through the apartment that suddenly felt too big and too empty at the same time. The first thing I did was change the apartment. Completely. Repainted every room. Got rid of the furniture we'd picked together. Every piece that held a memory, The couch we'd spent Sundays on. The table where we'd had countless dinners. The bed we'd shared for years. All of it. Gone. Bought new stuff. Made it mine. Erased every trace of her from the space we'd shared. Then I did something irreversible. I started dating. Not casually. Seriously. Put real effort into meeting someone. Not because I was trying to replace her. Not because I was trying to prove anything. Because I was genuinely moving on. Because I'd decided that if she could choose herself, I could choose myself too. Met someone after 2 months. Through a friend at a birthday party. She was a teacher. Elementary school. 3rd grade. Talked about her students like they were the most important people in the world. Calm. Grounded. Knew what she wanted. No restlessness. No need to find herself. Just present. Stable. There. Committed to the life she was already living. We took it slow, but it felt right from the beginning. Felt easy. Like I wasn't constantly managing someone else's quarter-life crisis. Like I could just be. Like I didn't have to worry about waking up one day to find out she'd decided she needed to be somewhere else. To be someone else. Update 1. 3 months after my ex left, she texted me. First contact since she'd moved. The message came through on a Tuesday afternoon while I was in a meeting. Hey, how are you? I stared at the message for a while. Let the meeting continue around me. Debated not responding. Decided to keep it simple. Polite, but distant. Good. You? I'm okay. Settling in. Job's intense, but good. City's different. Still figuring things out. That's great. How's the apartment? Changed it. It's different now. Different how? Repainted. New furniture. Looks completely different. Doesn't look like our place anymore. She didn't respond for an hour. I went back to work. Forgot about the conversation. Then my phone buzzed again. You moved on pretty fast. You told me not to wait. I didn't. I know, I just didn't expect... Didn't expect what? That I'd actually listen? I guess not. I thought you might... I don't know. I thought there'd be some period where we both just existed separately, where nothing changed except geography. Another hour passed. Then, are you seeing anyone? I thought about lying, about protecting her feelings. Decided not to. She'd made her choice. I'd made mine. She deserved the truth even if it hurt. Yeah, I am. Already? It's been 3 months. I know, but that seems fast. We were together 4 years. 3 months seems really fast to just move on. You left. You told me you might not come back. What did you expect me to do? Sit around hoping you'd decide I was worth returning to? I don't know, I just thought I'd wait anyway? Despite you specifically telling me not to? Despite you making it clear you needed to be free? She didn't respond after that. I put my phone down, went about my day, cooked dinner, watched TV. Didn't think much about it until she texted again that night. After midnight, when people make bad decisions. I miss you. You made your choice. I know. But I'm allowed to miss you. I'm allowed to feel things. Sure. But missing me doesn't change anything. Doesn't undo what you did. Could we talk? On the phone? I want to hear your voice. I want to have a real conversation. I don't think that's a good idea. Please. Just once. Just to catch up. Just so I can explain. I called her, against my better judgment. Figured it would be easier to end this conversation definitively over the phone than through endless texts that would drag out for days. Hi. Hi. Thanks for calling. I didn't think you would. What do you want to talk about? I don't know. Us, how you're doing, whether there's any chance of what? Of us figuring this out, of me coming back eventually and us trying again, of this not being the end. No. No? Just like that? Yeah, just like that. You left. You wanted space. You got it. I moved on. That's how this works. But it's only been 3 months. That's nothing. That's not enough time to really know someone. 3 months you told me not to wait for you. I took you at your word. I respected your wishes. I didn't think you'd actually start dating someone else. I thought you'd take time, process, heal. What did you think would happen? That I'd sit around hoping you'd decide I was worth coming back to? That I'd just pause my life while you figured out if there was something better out there? I don't know. Maybe. Is that so crazy? We had 4 years together. That's selfish. You can't tell someone not to wait and then be upset when they don't. I know. I'm sorry. I thought we had something real. Something worth preserving even through distance and time. We did, until you left it. You don't get to preserve something by abandoning it. You don't get to have it both ways. She was crying now. I could hear it. The sniffling, the shaky breathing. I made a mistake. I see that now. Maybe, but it's too late. Why? Because of this new person? You barely know her. 3 months is nothing. I know her well enough to know she doesn't need to run away to figure out if she wants to be with me. She shows up, every day. That's all I need. That's not fair. It's completely fair. You made your choice. I made mine. That's how this works. Actions have consequences. I hung up. She called back 3 times. I didn't answer, just silenced my phone and went to bed. Update 2. A month after that phone call, she showed up at my apartment. Didn't call ahead, didn't text, just knocked on my door on a Saturday afternoon when I was cleaning. I opened it. She was standing there with coffee. 2 cups from our favorite place, the place we used to go every weekend. Large lattes with extra foam, just how we always ordered them. Hi. What are you doing here? I flew back, for the weekend. I wanted to see you, to talk properly, face to face. You should have called first. You wouldn't have agreed to see me. You would have said no. Exactly. That should have told you something. Please, just give me an hour. Let me explain. Let me tell you what I've learned, what I've realized. I should have said no, should have closed the door, but part of me was curious, wanted to hear what she thought could possibly change anything, what explanation could justify what she'd done. Fine. 1 hour. She came in, looked around, her eyes going wide, saw all the changes, the new paint, the new furniture, the complete transformation of a space she'd once called home. Wow, you really did change everything. I told you I did. It doesn't even look like our place anymore. I barely recognize it. It's not our place. It's my place. That was the point. To make it mine. We sat down. She held her coffee like it might disappear, like she was grounding herself with it, like it was the only familiar thing in a space that had become foreign. I made a mistake, she started. Leaving. Leaving you. Leaving us. I thought I needed to figure myself out, but all I figured out is that I had everything I needed already, right here, with you. That's nice. Doesn't change anything. It could, if you gave me another chance, if you let me prove that I've learned. I'm with someone else now. I know, but you barely know her. We have 4 years together, history, memories, inside jokes, a whole life. That has to count for something. It did count for something, until you threw it away, until you decided it wasn't enough. I didn't throw it away. I just needed time. I needed space to grow. You needed to see if you could do better. And apparently you couldn't, so now you're back. That's not fair. That's not what happened. It's exactly what happened. You left to see what else was out there, to see if the grass was greener. It wasn't. So now you want to come back to what you had. But it's not here anymore. I'm not here anymore. Because you replaced me. In 3 months. Like I didn't matter. I didn't replace you. I moved on. There's a difference. She's not you. She's her own person. In her own relationship. Where both people actually want to be there. Is there? Seems like you just found someone else to fill the space I left. She's not filling your space. She's in her own space. In a relationship where both people actually want to be there. Where no one's looking for the exit. She started crying. Real tears now, not just watery eyes. I want to be there. I want to be with you. I made a mistake and I'm trying to fix it. Some mistakes can't be fixed. You told me not to wait. I didn't. That's not my fault. That's not something I did wrong. I know. But I'm asking you to reconsider, to give us another chance, to remember what we had. No. Why not? Just tell me why not. Because you'll just leave again. Next time there's an opportunity. Next time you feel restless. Next time you need to find yourself. I'm not signing up for that. I won't. I promise. I've learned my lesson. You can't promise that. You don't even know what you want. You just know you don't want to be alone in a new city. She stood up, face flushed. This is because of her, isn't it? This new person. You're choosing her over 4 years. No, this is because of you. Because of what you did. She's just the reason I know I can be happy with someone who actually chooses me. Who doesn't need to leave to appreciate what we have. I'm choosing you now. Too late. You don't get to unchoose and then re-choose when it's convenient. Life doesn't work that way. She left. Slammed the door hard enough to shake the frame. I heard her crying in the hallway, heard her footsteps, heard the elevator ding. Didn't go after her, just cleaned up the coffee cups and went back to my day, back to my new life. Update 3. She texted me a week later, from her city, back to her new life. Back to the opportunity she'd chosen over me. I'm sorry about last weekend. I shouldn't have shown up like that. It wasn't fair to you. No, you shouldn't have. I just needed you to know how I felt, how I feel, that I've realized what I lost. I know how you feel, doesn't change anything. Will it ever change? If things don't work out with her? Would you ever give me another chance? No. Even if I was single, I wouldn't go back to you. Why not? Because you showed me who you are. Someone who leaves when things get complicated, when they're not sure, when something shinier appears. I can't build a life with someone like that. People change. I've changed. This experience changed me. Maybe, but I'm not interested in waiting around to see if you do. Not interested in being your backup plan. That's harsh. It's honest. You wanted honesty. There it is. She didn't respond. I thought that was the end of it. Thought we'd finally reached the conclusion. It wasn't. My girlfriend, the woman I'd been seeing for 4 months at this point, came over that night. We were cooking dinner together. Pasta, her favorite. My phone buzzed on the counter. A call from my ex. I ignored it. It buzzed again, then again. Persistent. You should probably answer that, my girlfriend said. Seems urgent, I answered. Put it on speaker so there wouldn't be secrets. What? I need you to tell me something. Just one thing. What? Do you love her, this new person? That's none of your business. Please. I need to know. Do you love her? Are you actually in love, or are you just trying to move on? I looked at my girlfriend. She was pretending not to listen, stirring pasta with complete focus, giving me privacy even though she could hear everything. Yeah, I do. Silence. Long silence. Then, already? It's been 4 months. 4 months. Doesn't take long when you're with the right person, when you're not constantly wondering if they're going to leave. And I wasn't the right person? If you were, you wouldn't have left. Simple as that. She hung up. Didn't call back. I put my phone down. Ex? My girlfriend asked. Yeah. She wants you back? Yeah. And? And I told her no, multiple times. She's not accepting it. Keeps trying. Do I need to worry? No, you don't. I'm with you. I want to be with you. She's in the past, firmly in the past. My girlfriend smiled, kissed me. Good, because I'm not planning on leaving. Ever. Good, because I'm not planning on letting you. Update 4. 2 months later, 6 months after my ex had left, she called again, This time I was ready to be done with this, to end it permanently. No more conversations, no more chances for her to explain or convince or plead. What? I quit my job, the one I left you for. Okay. Congratulations. Good luck with whatever's next. I'm moving back to our city. Why are you telling me this? Because I want another chance. I'm moving back, taking a job there, being in the same city again. We could try again. We could make this work. No. Why not? I'm here. I'm committed. I'm not running anymore. I'm choosing you. I'm choosing us. You're not here for me. You're here because your adventure didn't work out and you're retreating to familiar territory. That's not true. That's not fair. It is true. If that job had been everything you dreamed, you'd still be there. You're only coming back because it wasn't. Because you failed. Maybe. But I'm still coming back. We'll see each other. Run into each other. We live in the same city. We can't avoid each other forever. It's a big city. I'm sure we can avoid each other. I'll manage. What if I don't want to avoid you? What if I want to run into you? Then that's your problem, not mine. You're really not going to give me another chance? After everything we had? 4 years means nothing? Everything we had, you threw away. I gave you a relationship, a partnership, a life. You left it. I'm not giving it to you again. Not interested. I'm different now. This experience changed me. I don't care. I'm different too. Different enough to know what I don't want. And I don't want someone who needs to lose me to appreciate me. She was crying again. Always crying. I really loved you. Still do. Never stopped. Maybe. But love isn't enough when you're not willing to stay. When you're not willing to choose it every day. I hung up. Blocked her number. Blocked her on social media. Every platform. Every way she could contact me. Done. Finally done. No more chances. No more conversations. Update 5. She did move back. Found out through mutual friends. She'd taken a job that paid less than the one she left for, was living in a smaller apartment, had basically downgraded her entire life to come back to a city where I wanted nothing to do with her, where I'd built a new life without her. A friend asked if I felt bad, if I felt responsible for her coming back to nothing, for her making decisions based on hope I'd take her back. No. She made her choices. All of them. I'm not responsible for the consequences. She's an adult. But you really won't even talk to her? Give her closure? Help her move on? She had closure. When she left. She closed the door. I just didn't leave it unlocked for her. Didn't leave a window open. I proposed to my girlfriend a month after my ex moved back. Year anniversary of us meeting. Felt right. Felt natural. She said yes immediately. No hesitation. No need to think about it. We started planning a wedding. Small, intimate. Just people who'd actually been there for us. Apparently my ex heard about it. Through mutual friends. Friends told me she took it hard. Had to leave a party when someone mentioned it. Cried for days. Called in sick to work. The whole dramatic spiral. I didn't feel bad. Felt nothing. She was a chapter of my life that was over, closed, behind me, in the past where it belonged. Final update. It's been 2 years since she left, 18 months since I blocked her, 1 year since I proposed. I'm married now, have been for 6 months. My wife is everything my ex wasn't, present, committed, sure of what she wants. No restlessness, no wandering eyes, no dreams that don't include me. My ex apparently tried to come to the wedding. Someone told me she showed up at the venue, dressed up, tried to walk in, was turned away by security. I'd given them her photo weeks before, just in case. Didn't want any drama on my day. Didn't want her presence contaminating something pure. She sent a letter to my parents' house after that. They forwarded it to me. Thick envelope, multiple pages probably. I didn't open it, just threw it away. Whatever she had to say, I didn't need to hear it. Didn't want to hear it. Last I heard, she's still in the city. Still single, still working the job that pays less than what she left for, still living in the smaller apartment, still dealing with the consequences of thinking the grass was greener, of thinking she could do better. The irreversible change I made while she was gone wasn't repainting the apartment or buying new furniture. Those were reversible, cosmetic, surface-level changes that didn't matter. The irreversible change was letting go. Actually letting go. Not leaving a door open. Not keeping a space for her to come back to. Not waiting. Not holding out hope. Not preserving what we had in amber. She said, "Don't wait for me. I might not come back." I took her at her word, moved on completely, met someone better, built a life with someone who wouldn't leave it, someone who valued what we were building enough to protect it. When she reached out months later, she wasn't prepared for what had already moved on. Wasn't prepared for me to have actually listened to her, to have taken her seriously when she said she might not come back, to have built something new in the space she'd left empty. She thought I'd wait anyway, thought the relationship would be there when she decided she was ready to come back to it, thought she could leave and return at will and I'd just accept it, just welcome her back like nothing had changed. But I didn't wait. I moved on. And that's the thing about leaving. You don't get to control what happens while you're gone. You don't get to expect everything to stay the same. You don't get to be surprised when someone actually takes you at your word. When someone respects your wishes and moves forward. She wanted space to figure herself out. I gave it to her. And in that space, I figured myself out too. Figured out I deserved someone who was sure about me, who didn't need to leave to appreciate what we had, who chose me and kept choosing me every single day. I'm 35, married to someone who stayed, who never had to leave to figure out if she wanted to be here, who knew from the beginning that what we were building was worth protecting, worth fighting for, worth staying for. My ex is 34, single, living in a city she came back to for me. Except I'm not here for her anymore. I'm married, happy, living a life she's not part of, can't be part of, won't ever be part of again. She said she might not come back. She came back, but I was already gone. And that's the price of leaving someone who actually listens when you tell them not to wait. They don't. They move on. They build something new. And when you come back looking for what you left behind, all you find is empty space where something beautiful used to be.